Gangsta no live in a tenement yard. No. Good boy no live in a tenement yard. Too much watch it. Too much so. Them chatty.
What's up, family? It's your boy, Story Sports Guru. I'm here in the building. How y'all doing today? You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit the like, hit subscribe. And we're going to get to it today because today we're going to talk about the NFL offseason. Again, there's always so much shit going on in the NFL season, in the offseason. And, of course, the NFL draft is next week. The NFL draft is next week, so we're going to get around. I'm going to give y'all my top 10 picks. What they probably going to do. More importantly, what they should do. A lot of teams don't do what the fuck they should do. I'm going to give you my top 10 picks. Now, before I even get to the NFL draft, I talked about it last week. Dez Bryant was cut. He was cut by my hated Dallas Cowboys. Fuck them. And in my opinion, it's not all on Dez. Yes, Dez has lost a step. It's not all on Dez. A lot of this is on Dak Prescott too. Dak Prescott don't throw the ball past 10 yards. Dez is a down the field kind of receiver. He wants to outmuscle you, jump balls, etc. So some of this is on Dak Prescott as well. And Dez has let it be known how he would like to stay within the division. Why? Because he's taking the shit personal. One of his statements, he said, I know one of Jared's guys, basically speaking of head coach, and Jared's guys basically got him out there. So he wants to play in the division so he can have to play against them twice, possibly again in the playoffs. So a third time. So, of course, my Giants come into play. Now, at first I wrote it off. I wrote it off for the simple reasoning of we already had that kind of receiver. Just looking at it from an X and O's perspective. You know, his name is Brandon Marshall. We already have a guy who's 6'3". We already have a guy whose skills are diminished, needs to be a number 2 receiver. We already have a guy who is a red zone target, a jump ball kind of guy. We already have that kind of guy, and I'm actually glad that we was keeping on to Brandon Marshall. I was looking forward to seeing him healthy next to Odell and Sterling Shepard, etc. I was looking forward to this. But then, this week, Brandon Marshall fails a physical. And Dave Gettleman cuts him. Like my partner here, my nephew Darrell, asking me, he's like, how does he fail a physical? Now, Brandon Marshall is a finely tuned athlete, so it's not about him being out of shape. Brandon Marshall was just at voluntary workouts, so it's not about him being out of shape. I mean, he's a receiver in the National Football League. We're talking about a finely tuned athlete, people, so it's not that him being out of shape. But Brandon Marshall, coming back from an ankle injury, now he fails a physical. Obviously, there's something debilitating about this ankle injury, in my humble opinion. The reason why the Giants finally cut bait with him. So now we have the opening that we didn't have before. And from an X and O standpoint, Dez Bryant makes sense. Because like Brandon Marshall, he has a chip on his shoulder. Brandon Marshall's had a great career, but he's never played in not one single playoff game. Not one. Man got a chip on his shoulder. He wants to play in the playoffs. Dez Bryant has a chip on his shoulder because he wants to get back at the Cowboys. And more importantly, even if he doesn't get back personally at the Cowboys, he wants to show that he can still ball. Maybe he's not the same guy, but he wants to show that he can still ball. So, now Dez is starting to look attractive. Now, the Giants have said we're not looking into Dez Bryant. Giants are looking at certain receivers later in the second, maybe third round, later in the draft. So, but Dez is still out there. I know. You watch other pundits, they talking about Dez Bryant going to Green Bay, which would be a good landing spot. But Dez Bryant actually right now would be a good landing spot in New York. It would be a damn good landing spot to him. Be the complement to Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram, Odell, especially if my Giants do the right thing and draft Saquon Barkley. I think it'd be a perfect complement to that. A perfect complement to that. We need a big target. None of our receivers are big. We need a big target. My only question is, Dez is a big personality. Now, he wasn't exactly, in my opinion, a malcontent in Dallas. I don't like the fact that they made him out to be that. But he is a big personality. We already had that in Odell. Odell, by all accounts, is not a malcontent in the locker room, but bringing someone else in there, even though him and Odell are cool. We have a first-year head coach in Pat Shermer. These raises some questions, but people, your boy, Urban Sports Guru, I'm Team Dez. You can bring him here in New York. At the end of the day, I'll sign off on it. I'm signing off on that. I'm okay with that. And he ain't gonna cost us shit. He ain't gonna cost us a goddamn thing. At the end of the day, we have the ascension of Evan Ingram. We also have the Sterling Shepard his third year. These guys keep rising up, so even if he plays like shit, these guys rising up will counter him looking like shit if he looks like shit. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. If he gives us something, it's kind of like when you're doing laundry and you find a $50 bill in your pocket. It's not gonna cost us anything. And we do something like that, it's like, oh shit, we got this? It's beautiful. I'm Team Dez on this one. I'm Team Dez. You can bring him here in New York, I'm with it. Now, as far as the NFL draft, now we have the Cleveland Browns with the first pick, and there's been talk this week about the Cleveland Browns taking not just one, but two quarterbacks. Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, I yawn during almost anything, even sex. Yes, I yawn during sex. Doesn't mean the sex is good. I just yawn all the time. It's just force of habit. I'm serious, I do. I just yawn all the time. But talking about the Cleveland Browns taking two quarterbacks. Cleveland Browns, this is why I put it out there constantly, and I've say this constantly. Stay the fuck away from Saquon Barkley. Leave him alone. Hashtag leave him alone. This kind of fuck shit thinking is why I say for the Cleveland Browns to leave Saquon Barkley alone. An organization that is this fucking stupid to have the number 1 pick and the number 4 pick in the first round. To even consider taking two quarterbacks is the kind of fuck shit thinking. It is to why I say leave Saquon alone. I'll say it again. Hashtag leave him alone. Y'all people, y'all fuck up anything. You will fuck up anything. Do not fuck this boy career up. This brother is special. Leave him the fuck alone. Let him come to New York where he belongs. Ladies and gentlemen, you see it. You see the picture. You see what team is he wearing? You see it. He's wearing the Giants. He know where the fuck he belongs. He's wearing the Giants. Now who Cleveland's gonna take? Cleveland's probably going to take Sam Darnold. Here's what they're probably going to do. They're probably going to take Sam Darnold. Here's the problem. When you look at who are the top 100 players in the draft, and look at where the quarterbacks rank. A lot of times the quarterbacks don't rank in the top 20 or top 10. But because they're quarterback is the most important position on the football field, it just heightens them to get picked so high. Sam Darnold is not a bad quarterback. I've never been sold on him. I like Josh Rosen a lot better than him. I like Baker Mayfield a lot better than him. But he fits their criteria for what it is they're looking for. I'm not saying he's going to be an all-out bust, but they're going to take Sam Darnold. At this point, I don't give a fuck. As long as they don't touch Saquon, that's all I care about. That's it. Leave Saquon alone. Don't fucking touch Saquon Barkley. That's the number 1 pick. Number 2 pick, of course, my Giants, Saquon Barkley. My dream, I've made this clear for months. Saquon Barkley with our number 1 pick at 2, and our first pick in the second round. Mike McGlinchey from Notre Dame. We need a left tackle. He's not going to play left tackle because we just signed Nate Soldier. Take McGlinchey, put him at right tackle. Move Eric Flowers out of the starting lineup, or if anything, move him to guard. He's a big man. He can drive block. Do not leave him at fucking tackle. He cannot play tackle in the National Football League. He can't. In our division, Michael Bennett, Daniel Graham, DeMarcus Lawrence, Ryan Kerrigan. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like it. I don't like the prospect of him having to block these guys. Let alone the other motherfuckers that we have on our schedule this year. I don't like it. We have to play the NFC South this year. That means we're playing Houston. Jadeveon Clowney, who's finally looked like an old pro this past year. That means a healthy J.J. Watt. I don't like that. I don't like that one fucking bit. I don't like that. No. Mike McGlinchey from Notre Dame. Pick him, the second pick. Then we can go receiver and go some other directions or whatever. But that's my dream. Now, number 3, we have the Jets. Now, Jets can go one or two spots here. As I've said, my 2 favorite quarterbacks in this draft are Josh Rosen and Baker Mayfield. Then after that, I took Lamar Jackson. That's over Sam Darnold and this other kid from Wyoming. I think either Josh Rosen or Baker Mayfield will be a good pick here. They need a quarterback. Jets have not had a perennial quarterback for a long time. The last time they picked this high at quarterback, they picked Mark Sanchez. How did that work? Of course, being a New Yorker, when you're a New Yorker, you have to choose. For those of y'all not New York and y'all watch this, what does that mean? You got to choose. You have the Mets or your Yankees. Your Knicks or your Nets. Your Giants or your Jets. You have to choose. Rangers, Islanders. You have to choose. And even in that choice, you still, because it's New York, you show love to the other squad. You want to see them prosper, but when it comes down to it, you go against my boy. Like, case in point, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a Brooklynite. It's in my blood. I'm a Brooklynite. I'm still rolling with the Knicks. I done been through too much. I can't convert. I done been through too much. You think because you move these niggas to Brooklyn, all of a sudden I'm just going to forget these? No, I'm a day one Knick fan. That shit ain't going to change. That's not going to change. That's what it is when you're in New York. So I just say all this to explain my soliloquy about the Jets. Because I'm not hating on the Jets. I'm not. I want to make that emphatically clear. I'm not hating on the Jets. I want to see the Jets do good. And I like their coach, Todd Bowles. I like them when they was on Rex Ryan as well. I really like them as a defensive head coach. But I think Josh Rosen would be very great for them. Baker Mayfield, because of his attitude, being in New York, might actually be better. Might actually be better for them than Josh Rosen. And here's why I say that. People are scared of his attitude. I'm not. If we had quarterback issues, I would probably take Mayfield a millimeter over Josh Rosen. These are the two that I like the most. Josh Rosen is the most accomplished passer. He's the best passer in this draft, in my opinion. Everybody's talking about the kid from Wyoming, and I don't know. He's no Carson Wentz to me. He's not Carson Wentz. Not to me. I could be wrong, but he's no Carson Wentz to me. Josh Rosen, I would be happy with either pick if they took Mayfield or Josh Rosen. My only concern about Josh Rosen, well, either one of those quarterbacks, do they have the offensive minds that can get the most out of them? Especially with Rosen's situation, how his former coach, Jim Moore Jr., the fucking scumbag, threw him under a bus. And I didn't appreciate that for the simple fact of the questions about Josh Rosen was mental makeup, does he love football, etc., etc. And then his former head coach comes out and basically confirms all of those rumors about him. How you throw your quarterback under the bus like that, you faggot motherfucker? How you do some shit like that? But anyway, if he has the right offensive minds that can keep him engaged, I think he's the best thrower in this draft. Baker Mayfield has the kind of attitude that gets motherfuckers that want to rile up and play with him. You know, that's why when it was talked about him coming to the Giants, I wasn't exactly against it, even though I'd rather Saquon, because I think that the Giants could still do things with Eli. But if we needed a quarterback, I wouldn't be mad at us taking Baker Mayfield, because a fiery young quarterback like that with a fiery young receiver in Odell, I like that prospect. But either one will be good for the Jets, in my opinion. Don't go with any of the other guys. Josh Rosen or Baker Mayfield, one of those two. That's at 3. Now, the Browns at 4. Like I said, these fucking idiots might want to take another quarterback. Now, which would be stupid because you just traded for Tyrod Taylor, and you draft 2 quarterbacks. That's the dumbest fucking thing in the world. You can afford to sit Sam Darnold, let him learn that way, which I think will be best for him. Let him sit, let him learn behind Tyrod Taylor. And Tyrod Taylor still got some legs in him. Everybody act like he old and washed up. Tyrod Taylor's a good football player. He's a good football player. Who they should pick with the number 4 pick? I'm gonna go a little against the pundits. I'm gonna say Chubb, the defensive end. I'm gonna say Bradley Chubb, and I'm gonna say that for this reason. You just drafted Myles Garrett, who didn't look bad. But if you're gonna build a great defense, and you can back-to-back years draft studs like this, your defensive line is taken care of for the next 10 years. In back-to-back years, you can draft studs, and pass rushers are such as a premium. I notice as a Giant fan. As a Giant fan, I notice when you got motherfuckers, multiple guys, striking fear in the hearts of quarterbacks, that changes the game. Completely changes the game. I don't think Chubb will be a bad pick for them at all. Not at all. I don't think it will be a bad pick for them. Or they can go Fitzpatrick. They can go Fitzpatrick from Alabama, Roll Tide. They can go there. Now, Broncos. Now, John Elway's talked this week about trading out in the number 5 pick. Which, I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. Now, however, things lining up the way they are right here, I don't think he should if it lines up this way, for this one reason. You signed Case Keenum, who I think is a good quarterback, but I did make the statement on the show, and I stand by it. I think he's that valuable to Minnesota. Minnesota has a great running game. They revamped the offensive line, receivers, etc. I mean, the Broncos have better guys on the outside. Minnesota has a better tight end, much better offensive line, much better running backs. However, if you're going to give him the same kind of situation he had in Minnesota, you got to beef up that offensive line. You drafted a left tackle last year out of Utah, Bowles, I believe his name was, who looked decent at times. Coming into his second year. At this point, if you're still at 5 and it lines up like this, if you're Denver, you got to take Quentin Nelson. You have got to take Quentin Nelson. I know John Elway would like to trade down. Maybe you could trade down and get the guard from Georgia, the guard from UTEP. Either one would be good, but Quentin Nelson is different. He's different from those guys. So those are the 2 things John Elway could do. He could trade down, get some more picks, which wouldn't be a bad idea, and still get one of those other 2 guards I mentioned, or he can take this guard right here, right now, Quentin Nelson. You want to run the football, this is the kind of guy you need to run the football. This is the kind of guy. So that's number 5. At number 6, we have the Colts. I was watching something, I looked at something online saying the Colts might trade down because of the confidence they have in Andrew Luck. Now, Andrew Luck, I've said it clearly, is one of the best young quarterbacks in the game. The healthy Andrew Luck, I take over all of them. I take over Carson Wentz. I take over all of them. Any other quarterback you can name, keep banging. But Andrew Luck's not even throwing the football yet. you still have Jacoby Brissett, who isn't a bad, but is a serviceable quarterback. So quarterback shouldn't even be anything to entertain. You're good at the quarterback position for this year. The problem is, why did Andrew Luck get hurt? Andrew Luck got hurt because, as I said before on this show, he's gotten hurt. And I made the comparison to David Carr. David Carr was a good quarterback coming out of Houston, but he got beat the fuck up because they never protected him. So the problem is, you need to get him an offensive line. You better start getting him an offensive line. So you have to think offense. Here, you got to think offensive line, and you have to think defense. These are the two things. So if Quentin Nelson isn't here, then you got to go defense. If Chubb is there, if Fitzpatrick is there, you have to take him. If Nelson happened to fall down, you have to take him. Have to. That is mandatory. Have to. You can't keep asking Andrew Luck when he gets healthy to stand there in that pocket and get beat up the way he is. No. Because he didn't constantly take this pounding being a scrambling quarterback. And he has all the athleticism in the world to do that. He took this pounding standing in the pocket, getting beat up all the time. Getting sacked repeatedly. Repeatedly getting hit. Because your offensive line fucking sucks. And you've never done really anything real about it. You gave a bunch of money to Anthony Costanzo. Who the fuck is he? Who the fuck is... When did he deserve that kind of money? And you give it... These motherfuckers are sorry. Sorry as hell. Y'all gonna have to start protecting your quarterback and definitely need to have a better defense on the field. Your defense ain't shit. I know niggas in prison that scoring your defense. But anyway. I mean, outside of Vontae Davis, when was the last Pro Bowl he had? It's been a few years. It's been a few years. But anyway. After that, at 7, you have Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, if Fitzpatrick lands here, they're going to take him. If Chubb were to fall down here, they're definitely going to take him because they've been wanting pass rushers who just gave my Giants a trade to get Jason Pierre-Paul. But like I said on this show, Jason Pierre-Paul's on the downside. If you could team him up possibly with the Chubb, now you're working with something because you still got that great tackle, McCoy. You team him up with two good ends like that, okay, now your defense is working. I'm still a fan of Jameis Winston. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you, Jameis. I'm still a fan. I'm waiting on you, guys. That's where Tampa's going to go with it. Then you have Chicago. Chicago's going to get some help from in the defensive backfield. Denzel Ward. They need that. They need that a lot. Don't have to worry about quarterback. Trubisky, the jury's still out on him. Let him develop. Now, number 9, San Francisco. I see them going with Tremaine Edmonds. Why? Where's Reuben Foster going to be? Who knows where the fuck he's going to be? You know, stop putting your hands on these hoes. Leave these hoes alone. Leave these hoes alone, man. Brothers got to learn, man. Especially if you got the type of chick that, you know what I'm saying, if she's the one, like, yeah, she's like that with it, and if she's putting her hands on you first, man, listen, leave. Pack her shit up, man. Pack her shit up. Get on lead a bank book, the credit cards, take everything you came with. Bitch, you got to go. Because if I slap you, I lose these M's. Fuck you, bitch. Nah, you got to go. It's just that simple. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt to say that's what happened. No, it went down like that because, I don't know, maybe he's Ike turning these bitches. We don't know that. But I hope not. As a man, I hope not. But, you know, they may go Tremaine Edmonds, and I like Tremaine Edmonds very much. I think he'll do some things on that defense. Last but not least, we have Oakland. I've been very, very critical of Oakland because you have a great player in Khalil Mack who should be getting paid shortly. And on that defense, what the fuck else you got? Who the fuck else is on that defense? Nothing but a bag of Skittles. Hashtag bag of Skittles. Y'all ain't got nothing. You got Khalil Mack with a bunch of nobodies. Y'all got to start getting some studs on that defensive side as well. Because you got a bunch of studs on offense. And I like Coach John Gruden. I think he, in the 10 years he's going to be there, might be able to get a Super Bowl out of that because he has a quarterback and he's got some studs on offense. But you have absolutely nothing on defense. You got to get some other studs on defense to play with Khalil Mack, because Khalil Mack is a special kind of talent. You know what I'm saying? And you have to get some guys there. So they're definitely going to, I see them definitely going defense. Roquan Smith, that's what I got for them. Roquan Smith. Need a linebacker who's going to be making plays. I like him a lot. If we had a second pick in the top 10, it would be between him and Chubb. I like him a lot. And the Giants haven't had a linebacker like him in quite some time. So I really wish we could have had him, but we got to take Barkley. Have to take Barkley. But I like Roquan Smith a lot. Did you see him in that championship game against Alabama? Did you see? This is against Alabama, my Roll Tide. Did you see him? Roquan Smith. Team him up with Khalil Mack and watch what they're capable of. Start getting some studs on the defensive side of the ball. Now, that's my top 10. As we move forward to now, to Shit Can't Happen.
Yeah. Shit can't happen. Shit can't happen. Now this ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. Shit can't happen to him and your ass. You can't be touched, don't think you can't. Cause niggas ain't fucking around no more, man. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. Shit can't happen to him and your ass. You can't be touched, don't think you can't. Cause niggas ain't fucking around no more, man.
Now, in this edition of Shit Can't Happen, we got, once again, my man Bryce Harper, one of the best baseball players in the world today. Now, we see this picture here for, you know, my Mets. Yeah, my Mets. Got the catcher lining up inside. He said, I'm going to jam him. We're going to break his back. And he's going to end up grounding out. I guess he thought shit couldn't happen. Sucker! I don't give a fuck about that broken back. It's still out of here. That's what you thought? You thought because the bat broke I wasn't going to hit it out? I'm Bryce Harper, bitch. Got to show you motherfuckers that shit can happen. Now, as we end, I had to touch on some shit that's completely not sports related that hurt my heart. This shit hurt my heart, man. Like, this fucking, this fuck shit I seen on Instagram. I couldn't believe this shit. This shit hurt my heart when I seen this. Play the video right now. And you see this guy dancing on a girl. We see this guy dancing on the girl. And then she just scoops him up like a little nigga, earths him, and bends him over like a bitch. And he just takes it like a joint, like he's taking it in the ass. What the fuck is wrong with these niggas now? And it's like, people ask me, like, is the world... Everybody that watch this show, the people that know me know I did 10 years of prison. And people ask me, I've been home a year, people ask me, do you still see things that are new to you? Everything's new to you? Yeah, this is the kind of fuck shit that's new to me. I can't believe when I see this fuck shit, I can't believe, this is the kind of men we breeding? Is this what the fuck going on? My man T Black, he's gonna come, he's gonna be here, he's gonna be my counterpart on this show. Sometime next month he comes home, and I already promised him that he will be my counterpart on this show. Y'all will see me and him constantly battling it out over these topics. Good brother, stand up to it. It's about 7, 8 years. Here's my man up top. We're gonna be doing it out here. It makes me think, this is the kind of fuck shit my son coming home to? This is what the fuck niggas is doing out here? I can't, this shit, men need to be men, man. Stop being bitches. Men need to be men. Hashtag men stand up, man. Stop being bitches, man. That shit pisses me fucking off. It pisses me the fuck off when I see it. And we end the show a little bit differently this week. You know what I'm saying? A little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? I heard some shit that really banged me in my ears. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the boy Mike Song. You know what I'm saying? Killing it on that DOA beat. And we're gonna ride out to that because, you know what I'm saying? For those of y'all watching the show, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. It's your urban sports guru. I appreciate that. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, what up? It's my song. Salute to the mumble rappers. I fuck with some of y'all. Got good club songs, good joints for the bros. Glad you're eating, and you can buy 100 cars. But we gon' get back to these fucking bars. Enough of y'all niggas. With Mother Goose rhymes, repeating the same word like 42 times. Sure that you trying to just feed your family, but the shit is over now. You gon' need a plan B. You gon' need to hand me that mic